10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to ban. Dire team pick. Newbee's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello and welcome back to the Epicenter group stages with me, Nomad, and him, Mo Farah, and we are here with game number 2 of Newbee versus Pain, which could be a very surprising series indeed, as we see Pain Gaming taking match number 1.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising, isn't it, to see Newbee having such a rough time in this group stage. 0-2 so far, and now 1 game down to Pain. But obviously with Secret just losing to OG. And Mineski, they're 0-2 at the moment as well.
What is going on?
The whole world's upside down.
We've reached the twilight zone, yeah.
what is happening? Nobody even knows anymore. So, yeah, if Pain pull off an upset here, and if they 2-0 Newbee, I will have lost all faith in humanity, I feel like. That's probably a bit harsh to Pain, because obviously they've been playing so well in their regional qualifiers. Obviously with Weeha coming to the team, they've been doing a fantastic job. So.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Tier 3 casters, Tier 3 teams. Sorry, that's really actually. Pain and not Tier 3 teams. They're very much playing with the big boys right now, as we're seeing as they take a game off Newbee. And I like to think that some of the casters are doing a pretty good job as well.
Yeah, we're doing alright. Oh, sorry, not us. No, the other guys. Yeah, So, but Pain actually take the Sanking away from Newbee this game, which is a pretty big deal. We saw them first pick it last time themselves. Newbee, Kaipi played it, but also Kaka can play it as well. And so I'm wondering what Newbee are going to pick for their position 4. They haven't shown it yet, so Pain Gaming might look to ban those out in the second phase, but we'll have to see. I love this AADK opening though from Newbee. It's something we've seen a lot, especially from teams like EG. They used to first phase these 2 heroes, where the AA kind of gives you this massive global presence, and it opens up the ability to go aggro tri-lane as well, which I really like. The chilling touch got a little bit of a nerf, but I still think the heroes are really viable. And DK, obviously a very strong laning hero, can be left in a 1v1 situation, gives you tower push, gives you some lockdown from the Dragon's Tail. I like this a lot, and yeah, no surprise, the Disco Pony's back again.
Yep. I mean, Duster played in an awesome Leshak last game. He completely, like, you know, landing those split us whenever they were needed. Multiple heroes getting caught in them in the team fights and such. And then they played around it really nicely, and he just played the hero really good. I think he's been playing it quite a lot this tournament as well. So we'll see how it goes for them. Sanking as well, of course, a very popular pickup right now in this meta.
But yeah, it's the same draft as last time though, in the sense that they have, if they put these 2 as a support combo, in the same sense as the Kunkka, they have really good kill potential. They've got this bow strike into a follow-up from the Split Earth, but they haven't shown their draft again. This is the key part, because Sanking can be played as a 3 or 4. Leshak can be played anywhere he likes, because that hero seems ridiculous at the moment. Yep. And there's so much flexibility for Pain in their draft here. I love that Pain Gaming ban out the Newbee as well. I think if they had the Tide Hunter with the DK, they kind of have this really strong 5-man early potential, where they could just group up, go and push down towers. And Pain Gaming, we saw they didn't come online very early last time. They took a little while to come into their game with their cores, And so it's nice to see Pain Gaming banning out this both the 5-man potential heroes that Newbee could go for. I'm surprised Omni got completely ignored in the first bad hand pick phase. Don't see that very often.
He's kind of fallen out of favour a little bit recently, I feel like. You know, Mineski picked him up a fair bit and just didn't really make anything happen with him, putting ice on that hero. And he just seemed to be very ineffective all the games they played with him. So maybe other teams are learning from that, or maybe he's just kind of falling out of favour a bit.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to tell. Meanwhile, Lifestealer is going to be picked up by Newbie, and I quite like this kind of tanky draft they've gone with to start with. Of course, Pain Gaming picking up the Lifestealer last game and doing very, very well with him. I believe that was HFN, of course, playing on that Lifestealer with the Radiance and the Solar Crest. And yeah, they just had a really nice, well-rounded draft, and we also saw that kind of combo coming in, some very smart drafting with that combo of the rum buff from the boat. They had the Crimson Guard, and then they had the Medallion, and they also had the Solar Crest on top of that. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, the heroes themselves were quite tanky as well, so whoever was being attacked by the Troll Warlord was just basically surviving through it all with a ridiculous amount of armor, a bit of mischance in there as well, and especially with the Radiance as well, so the Troll just couldn't really get started in that game, and once Pain Gaming hit their timings, they knew exactly how to execute it, so a very well-played game from them. Definitely not a tier 3 performance at all. So far from this tournament, honestly, like, they've taken a game from VP. I mean, you know, anybody who's saying Pain isn't ready to face up to other teams in this major, you know, they're doing extremely well so far. They are. They lost 2-0 to OG yesterday, but obviously OG are no joke of a team now. They've just beat Secret 2-1, and their drafting seems so on point. So for Pain to lose to them, I don't think it's the end of the world. Really valuable Lifestealer pickup though for Newbee, obviously against this massive magic damage burst coming from Pain Gaming with the Sanking and the Lesh. I'd love to see Pain pick up a Timber Saw though at some point in this draft, but it looks like they're going to go down a different kind of route. They're going to go for the Luna. So they have some really good push potential on their team now. They've got the Edict, they have this Luna, and I actually think Pain Gaming have the chance to have this really strong aggro try between those 3 heroes. They might even put it in their safe lane as well. We'll have to see, but Sanking, Lesh, Luna, that is so much damage from those 3. Yeah. And I think they've realised that Newbee have this potential to have a really strong tri lane themselves in the AA. So if they can pick heroes that combat up against that, I think they really want to draw blood. That's true. Also, the speed in this tri-lane, it's got to be noted that Leshrac and Luna are both incredibly fast heroes. So that does make a big difference in these tri-lane situations. Just being able to escape and outrun or chase down the enemy heroes in these early situations are very, very important. So what are they? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they've gone for the Kaka Earth Spirit. This is his third most played position 4 after the Sanking and the Naga, I believe. So I don't know, this AA Earth Spirit, it kind of takes away from this tri-lane now. I think Newbee might struggle early on in their laning phase, but
10 seconds.
They can put out some pressure. We've kind of seen a drawback here from these roaming position 4s. I think the panel were talking about it at some point in this tournament so far, where it feels like we're moving away from the roaming position 4s like the Tusk and the Earth Spirit because they keep getting nerfed. And we're kind of coming to these position 4s that really secure the lanes. And Earth Spirit doesn't really secure lanes, does he? He can roll and gank, but
I would like to offer a counterpoint here, my dear friend. We have Dragon Knight, we have Lifestealer, who are both very strong laners in and of themselves. Ancient Apparition can offer some good harass, so I'm not actually sure the Earth Spirit is that bad of a pick. I think Newbee's lanes are actually okay with these 2 heroes on their side.
Okay. I mean, they have some decent level 1, but with the Rolling Boulder and the Chilling Touch on top. But I feel like they don't really have any team fight on their side at the moment. And against this Luna, and there's this Nature's Prophet split pushing around as well. I don't know, I feel like these 2 supports on Pain Gaming are going to do so much work, and this Luna's going to get a BKB at some point and just rip through the side of Newbee, especially against Lifestealer, who is probably going to go for this Radiant Solar Crest build again, I imagine. Might go for the Armlet build, SMY, and just try and chase the Luna down in the early stages of the game. This Nature's Prophet pick, though, it still doesn't reveal Pain's draft, because they can play it as a support. I'm sure I've seen Tave play it as an offlaner before as well. Not very recently, because it seems to have been kind of popularised on this support area now, the Nature's Prophet, but their draft looks really strong, and again, adds to their pushing power that they already had. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, I'm liking Pain's draft for the reasons you said, but you know, I'm actually favouring Newbee right now because I just think like their lanes do look good. Lifestealer versus Lesh is a pretty decent lineup.
The only thing I worry about is this Luna getting far ahead and just being able to kind of outpace the Lifesteal and the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Newbee put some pressure on the enemy safe lane of this game. We saw last game HFN have an absolute amazing time on this Lifestealer at the start. Meant he could get his Radiance online at a pretty decent time.
Yep.
Got his Solar Crest very quickly after that because they take a very good fight. And all of a sudden he just became unkillable, it felt like.
Ooh,
Pain gaming.
okay.
Oh, yeah, this is a really good pick. It gives them some burst damage.
Yeah,
that they kind of, yeah, they have this Eclipse now.
The Wiener.
Oh, God. Not like this. It's fine. But yeah, it gives them some burst damage, gives them some really good pick-off potential as well. So if the Lina gets this Shadow Blade, she can kind of just wander around the jungle a little bit, find someone off, and just Prophet TP's in as well. And then I think they just blow them up.
Yeah,
this is a great
there's
pick.
the Darkseer coming out, and that is pretty big actually. So a lot of pressure going to be able to put on this off lane or the safe lane, wherever KP decides to go. Whatever lane he goes to, he's going to have a pretty free time of being able to pressure people, I think. What say you?
I love that this Iron Shell kind of enables the other heroes on his team. It enables the Earth Spirit in the early stages. It enables the Lifestealer in the mid game when they group up and fight as well. And they have this really good combination that if they can pull it off with the vacuum into the what's the Q called on Earth Spirit? I can't think to save my life.
Spirit, boulder kick, boulder smash.
Whatever the kick's called, I can't remember that, but it will come back to me at some point in the middle of the cast. I'm going to scream it out, and
okay,
it'll be fine.
We'll be prepared for that.
So, I think with that Darkseer pick, I kind of prefer Newbee's draft a little bit more, but we'll have to see, especially how the laning stage goes, and then you really need to make sure they pressure this Luna because she's going to be the main damage dealer Pain in these stages of the game.
Nice little rhyme there to end off the drafting section as we get into this game. Game number 2, Newbee versus Pain. Who's it going to be? I mean, Pain, they've already taken one game, and they're trying to take a second, and Newbee, obviously, quite literally don't want to let them. But I'm wondering, with these drafts, I mean, Mo obviously favouring the Pain Gaming draft, but for me, I'm looking at the Newbees and just thinking they've got fantastic lanes right now, and a team which can benefit very highly off a one laning phase. In fact, they can probably find quite a lot of momentum. And you know, Luna, they don't really fare that well under pressure, I don't think.
I think, yeah, it's really difficult to pressure the Lina this game, though. It's a bit more difficult for the Earth Spirit to roll in on top of the Lina because she can keep that distance away. She has that really long attack range. So not going to be very easy, but I think the Earth Spirit needs to be focusing most of his time up in this top lane. I'm going to be really disappointed if he doesn't because they have so much potential here to really pressure the enemy safe lane.
Wow, that's something I haven't seen in a long time. The 3 Iron Branches on Luna.
Yeah, we used to see triple mango.
The past.
Triple mango every game now, it feels like.
This feels like right back in the day when 3 Iron Branches used to make you a magic wand.
I feel like that item's gone through so many changes, though.
What, the wand?
Oh, there you go. Net worth, big change there. They get a tree kill. 18 gold to the AA.
Oh, wow. Let's look at this win percentage right now. Go, it's already favouring Newbee, actually. Okay.
Yeah, they like the draft as well, obviously.
Yeah, that's just going to push it more in their favour after picking up those runes.
That win probability is ridiculous.
I mean, as casters, it's all we rely on, really. Oh, it's up to like 25% now.
So where are the wards this game?
Look at it go.
So, Radiant have got a ward in the mid. Radiant have got a ward in the mid lane to try and help SCCC. Same place as last game. So Pain, if they realise this, they might look to put a sentry down there because I feel like Newbee are quite a predictable team in general. They don't really change up too much in their picks. So I'd like to see Pain at least try and put a sentry there at some point. I think Weehaw will realise very quickly.
Alrighty, well, Wee versus SCCC in the middle lane again, and we did see Wee coming out a little bit on top last game, and I'm sure SCCC will be looking to get revenge for that, but DK versus Lina, how does this lane go?
I think it's okay for DK right at the start of the game, but then when Weehaw gets to like level 3 or so, he can kind of really bully him out with the Dragon Slave. But then it gets to the point again where when SCCC gets some more levels online, Lina wants to try and go and gank and go and get kills, but as soon as he does, I feel like SCCC is just going to be able to push this tower down with the ult relatively quickly.
Okay, well, in this bottom lane as well, we've got Mugi and Faith versus Tavo and King RD. And I feel like this is a little bit of a Newbee favoured lane, although they will start to feel the harass quite hard. I don't think it's a completely one lane for Newbee by any stretch of the imagination. And also, if Pain can kind of close the gap between themselves and Faith, then this HN operation is going to go down very quickly.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful with his positioning in this lane. And yeah, the Orb of Venom on Tavo as well.
Yep.
Like you said, it's going to be huge for them. Just with that extra slow, might just help them with that extra chase potential onto the AA. Yeah, this top lane though is really interesting because KP's done a really good job of I'm not sure how when he's playing Darkseid, but getting the creep wave to come back to him. I guess they pushed the first wave under the tower, so it's come back again the other way. But yeah, Luna seems to be having a pretty rough time. Oh, King RD.
Yeah, just taking a bit of harass down here. Gonna try and juke it around the trees. Quite brave. He actually gets the bounty rune for it as well. Tavo coming in. Faith, this may have just turned on its head. As Tavo spawns a singular tree on the cliff. Not quite sure that was what was intended. Now King RD the turnaround. The burrow strike, though, they're able to get a kill onto Faith, and Mugi can't do the damage to King RD by himself to bring him down, so he will have to stalk his way back into this lane.
And that is the really strong kill potential that they have on Pain in that off-lane dual lane. As soon as Tavo got that extra Orb of Venom hit off, just slowed down AA so much, and then the Corsic finale comes through, and he's absolutely toast.
Yeah, Faith just has to be so very careful with how he moves around this lane, otherwise he's just going to constantly get caught out. Talking of which, yeah, and he's also got that clarity ticking through, so that's going to give him enough mana for that burrow strike, and they may well want to go to Faith once again.
They might,
oh yeah, true.
He only just put it down as well, so King Andy has to be very careful. The thing is, this AA lifestealer doesn't really have too much of kind of kill potential. They have the slow and they have the cold feet, but I don't think that's going to be enough unless they can somehow miraculously get some more damage output coming through. I'm not seeing how that's going to work.
Yep. Well, meanwhile, in this middle lane, SCCC versus we, and right now, as predicted, you know, SCCC is kind of doing all right here, and Lena's also kind of drawing level with one another. But level 4 is had, and we'll see how much harass can be bought out. I think he's got a wand available. Miggy going down, and the roll onto Tavo here. Nature's Prophet could be in trouble as they're chasing him down into the trees. Tavo trying to get away, but he can't quite find a rail. Never mind, King RD comes in, and the threat of that burrow strike is more than enough. And Tavo, well, I think that was an auto taunt actually.
Yeah, I love it when it comes up when you're TPing away on low health. It's like, oh god, sorry guys, I didn't mean to be so BM. And we're like, actually, yes, I did. I can't wait.
Game.
And
yeah.
the worst thing is though that Kaka rotated in, so he's actually left KP alone in this top lane, and the Lifestealer still died.
Yeah, it's pretty huge actually.
I'm not sure how Lifestealer's actually gone down there, but.
Oh, another burrow strike through, going to beautifully land onto 2 from King RD, and that's also going to allow him to get this bounce through, which they seem to be valuing a lot. Kaka trying to roll away and will be successful. Nice roll up onto the cliff there. Yeah. Going to find him a bit of safety as King RD, trying to scan it out, but won't be able to find that pesky Earth Spirit.
And there is a regen rune in the bot lane for Kaka.
He's got these tranquils on King RD though. He is fast.
He's rapid, isn't he?
And farmed.
But Kaka gets the very value regen rune because he was low on HP and mana.
Thank the Lord.
That's going to help him a lot because otherwise he would have had to go back to base. So going to save him a lot of time and gives him some potential to go and get a kill now where he didn't have before.
Yep.
I love how S-Triple-C is actually doing really well in this mid lane. He's doing much better than I thought he would.
Yeah, I mean the 2 points in the Dragon's Blood, and then throw out a couple of brief fires, some CS here and there. He's making this lane work for him.
Yeah, I love that when DKs do this and they put a value point in stun as well. He knows there's some decent kill potential when the Earth Spirit rolls in, so he gets up that value point in stun because he knows that they can kill the Lena if they get on top of her. That's the problem though, can they get on top of her?
Oh, Earth Spirit going down in this bottom lane as he rolls into a whole world of hurt as Duster turns up.
It's the problem now that the Luna's fine, because the Earth Spirit's rotated away, she's quite happy to 1v1 the Darks here, and that means that frees up the Leshrac to come to this bot lane.
Middle lane, a roll in from Kaka, he's just respawned, he's ready to go, but he misses the kick, and we will get away. Yeah,
that's really unfortunate, and honestly, I kind of feel like Earth Spirit's one of those heroes that you have to play constantly all the time to be able to keep on top of your spells, because I've done it before. I kind of played like 10 games in a row and you really get used to the hero, and then you don't play it for about 30 and you come back to try and play it like, what am I even doing anymore?
Yeah.
It's so difficult because it's such a high skill cap support.
That's what I'm like in Dota in general, but the stun is out onto Mugi, and with these treants coming in as well, the trees to block him off from his escape route, Mugi's going to go down once again in this bottom lane, and that is the second death for this Lifestealer.
And how do Newbee fight at the moment? They really need their 5-man potential mid-game fights, and this Earth Spirit and AA are so weak in the laning phase. It's not like you've got a Bane or something, or like a Sand King that can really put huge amounts of pressure down, and they just haven't got the dual lane potential on Newbee.
And Tavo will find that last hit on that bottom tower, and Pain starting to really ramp it up this game.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job. I'd love to see some more deep wards here from Pain though. We saw Newbee being the ones taking advantage of that last time, and putting some deep wards on the Pain side when they were winning. I'd love to see Pain do the same again here.
Burrow strike out onto Kaka here. Can they take him down? Follow the split up, and there comes a Laguna, just to make sure.
Yeah, not sure it was necessary, but it's fine for Weehar.
Kill.
Yeah, it's only a 70-second cooldown on the Laguna, so there's no reason why not to use it, really.
And it makes your KDA better.
That's true.
Which is pretty much the only reason these guys play Dota.
It makes your KDE better. Doesn't make your KDA better.
That's true. Oh my god. KP comes for a last hit, and HFN with probably the easiest kill I've maybe ever seen in a Dota game.
That's a really sloppy
in a pro
play.
Dota game.
Yeah, that's a really sloppy play by KP. I mean,
no, he had to commit an ulti for it, so maybe not the sloppiest killer, but
yeah. KP knows that he's got Eclipse. He's level 7 on the Luna. What's he expecting to happen there?
Maybe he was low and he popped the mango or something? I'm not sure.
Here comes SCCC there with the rotation.
Stun is out on Duster. Do they have the damage to bring him down with that chilling touch? I think they certainly do, and they will find the return kill finally in this bottom lane as Newbee get themselves on the board. I
mean, that's great, but they committed 5 heroes to that bot lane to get a position 5 Leshrac kill. Is it worth it?
Yes.
I'm not sure it is.
At least they're on the board.
Yeah, and I love that Weeha destroys the tree there just to see whether the Dragon Knight was TPing in, and he was, and he just walks away. And you see Weeha pressuring mid lane, HFN on this Luna's just pressuring the top lane at the same time because everybody went bot. And so this Viron just TPs in as well, and he's like, well fine, this is a free tower for us again. And they're already 4,000 gold up.
Yeah, and this is Pain just putting out so much pressure here. Burrow Strike is going to miss onto Kaka. The Spirit sees his life flash before his eyes, but
great ward here by
coming
Pain,
down the stun as well. Never mind, Kaka life maybe flashing again. Nope, never mind.
But it feels like
to roll away.
It's 8 minutes and he's level 3 on the Earth Spirit, but he hasn't really achieved anything so far. Like, what has he done? Because it feels like if Earth Spirit doesn't get killed at the early stages of the game, he falls off so quickly because he doesn't get levels. And like Pain are just doing so well in all 3 of their lanes because Newbee, like we said, they just don't have that hero that helps them win their lanes in the position 4. It's all out roam from this Earth Spirit. So if they want to win, they really need to help him, like at least get the level 6 and try and win these mid-game team fights around their strong Darkseer vacuum.
Yeah, and as I said, you know, I in the draft I expected this last year to be doing having a better time in this bottom lane with the AA, but I feel like the moment they dropped 1 kill onto the AA and then Mugi went down shortly afterwards, that was it. Like their lane's just gone. Once Pain found that momentum, they didn't let up, and now you're stuck in the situation where Mugi has less net worth than KP. Yeah, when Newbee fall behind, how do they come back? They need like a miraculous fight where they get that combo off with the vacuum and the kick from the Earth Spirit, but it doesn't really sound that potent, I'm going to be honest with you. It's such a difficult combination to pull off. And what's Luna got now? Is she got the... okay, she's going for the Mask of Madness, okay. So that's really going to help her farming potential. And with the space that the rest of the team are creating, I feel like she can just go whatever item she wants because she's just going to free farm. And here we go. Well, there's a smoke up from Pain. Do they have any wards on the Leshrac available that they can put down here as well? They certainly do not. That's a shame because I'm sure they would have liked to have timed this rotation with a ward placement as well, but... And if Kaka dies here, this is going to be a tier 2 dying. Yeah, I think it certainly is. I mean, the tier 2's already on such low health, and they're just going to go straight under the tower here. Kaka, there's nowhere to run, or is there, as he finds a hole in the defense. Hey, HFN is here, ready to go, and there is a kick out from Kaka, but it's going to go down for the turnaround. HFN, he's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to drop, but look at the damage coming through onto the board. They under the shrine. They're healing up quite quickly. King RD trying to get away from this gank force of Newbee right now, as they are full health, very high mana, and looking to bring down some targets, gets some revenge as King RD just trying to get away, dodges the damage there, but meanwhile there is a rock coming through as Tavo trying to make an escape to the tree line. He certainly does. He certainly do. And they have no interrupt anyway. That was such a bad fight from Pain, but I was going to say Newbee only get 1 kill, but they do actually get 2, and are they going to get King RD? I think he's just going to waddle away. Duster will escape, live to waddle another day. And Weeha survives, though. He's top of net worth still. His momentum is still not stopping. They managed to get the DK really low, but unfortunately, they fought under the shrine of Newbee, and I'm sure if that shrine wasn't there, Pain would have absolutely wiped them that fight. But really good job by Newbee. That's the kind of fight they needed to come back into the game, but it feels like it hasn't really done too much for them. Meanwhile, HFN still making his way towards that Mask of Madness, of course, dying in that fight, being the initiation target, meant that he does lose a fair amount of gold, but will be back on the board quite shortly, especially with his illusion room, which is so huge on Luna. Like, she can just leave this illusion to farm or help her out, it doesn't really matter. You can just push waves out with it if you want as well. It's so low committal. I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to send them towards the top lane. Yep. And pushing has been the name of the game for Pain.
Yeah, Tavo's so farmed as well. He's got the drums, and when he gets this Shadow Blade, I can't wait to see this dual roam potential from the Lina and the Nature's Prophet. There's so much kill potential for the Nature's Prophet to TP onto. There's the Sanking. If the Leshrac gets a Yules as well, he can set up for the Split Earth, and then the Nature's Prophet TPs in as well. I imagine he's probably going to go for the Orchid after the Shadow Blade too, and that just increases their pick-off potential so much, massively. KP doesn't even have the Helm of the Dom on the Darkseer. Is it coming out in the courier now?
I think it may be, yeah. Okay, yes, that is the full helm for him. So that's something, you know, they're going to have maybe a Hellbear, maybe a Mud Golem. Not particularly attractive options, but he will take the Hellbear. Yeah, it's really good because you can put the Iron Shell on the creep, and obviously it pushes out waves. It's good you can put it in the middle of the fights. Faith getting caught out in bottom, and actually King RD may be in trouble here as well, as Newbee are chasing him down. He's got the Burrow Strike available. We'll just kind of a little bit further forward. Let's see what Kaka can do. Kaka lands the boulder and pushes King RD back in, and SDC with a perfect catch brings down the Scorpion. Great combination there by Newbee, obviously using the kick back into the Dragon Tail. So a couple of kills given by Pain there as Wee was caught down in mid, down here at bottom as well. But that's if they lose their tier 1, I mean, the problem is now that this tier 1's gone in the mid lane, and the Radiant Towers that have gone in the bot lane, their jungle is so open for Pain to come around and just put deep wards down. They can try and gank and just use that whole area for themselves. And Newbee are going to be so scared to farm in that area. And if Pain are going to do a good job here, they need to make sure they shut off Newbee. Up at top, this could be trouble for KP. Have the damage to finish him off, though. This Iron Shell is available. Look at this Iron Shell going through onto Duster, thinks of using the... realize he has to actually kill his Hellbear, and they will be able to bring him down before Duster dies. That was too close, but there was a Laguna Blade out there, and Earth Spirit does fall down. And I think this is what they were trying to do in the bot lane before. They were trying to group up as 2 here with the Sanking and the Lina, get that Laguna, get the Burrow Strike on top and just blow somebody up. But yeah, unfortunately Weeha got caught off before, but not this time. They get the kill that they were looking for. Absolutely. And HFN now finds that Mask of Madness going for the Asher next, so going for maximum speed, which is basically perfect versus a Lifestealer, right? Yeah, he needs to be careful here though. He's dropping really low. It's got that. So I want to carry on with my comment before, where if Pain, they need to make sure that they use all the tower kills that they've got to go and put these deep wards down. I'd like to see them smoke up again. Obviously, I think that sentry there from Newbee actually caught out an observer that Pain had put down. But they need to keep up the pressure here, make space for their Luna, let her become this raid boss in the late game situation. And Lifesteal is normally a good matchup against the Luna. But when he's so far behind at this point, it's really difficult for Mugi to come back into this game and really have an effect, because in this late game situation, Luna, when she gets to this high ground, is going to do so much spread damage. Yeah, definitely. And with those glaives just bouncing around all over the place, and it's going to be very difficult for people to get near. Yeah, the Shadow Blade up on Nature's Prophet as well now. It's looking pretty scary for Newbee. If they go 0-3 in the group stage, they are not going to be happy. They're not going to be in the tournament anymore. No, there's still a chance if they go 0-3, I think. But yeah, Pain put a deep observer ward down on the top hand side, but I think it's been pinged out by the DK, so I think they are going to get that very soon. They're just shoving in this mid lane. Lina's doing a really good job of forcing Newbee heroes to rotate to deal with to try and push these waves back out. Yeah, but they're just not even able to farm. Like DK, he's sitting on a Blink Dagger, Soul Ring, going for that BKB next. He really doesn't have a whole lot. Lifestealer in the bot lane, sorry. He's getting chased down. Gonna just rage, teep himself out of there, and job's a good one. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's going to be really difficult for them to kill the Lifestealer until the Orchid comes out on the Prophet. So we'll have to see. He does have the BKB queued up on him as well, but I really hope he goes for the Orchid first. Meanwhile, we just dealing with the enemy Ancients, no problems. He has actually not gone for the Shadow Blade on the Lina. I guess with the nature. Oh, we've got an Epicenter at the middle lane. Will jump forward. Doesn't quite catch Kaka with the initial burst, but might be able to finish him off. That right click goes through. Tava gets it. That was so good by Tava. I'm not sure if you saw, but after his right click, he actually attack moved, which meant during the roll, he just got the last attack off that meant that Kaka went down. Wow, that's pretty mad. What level's Kaka, by the way, on this Earth Spirit? You just check for me, because I feel like he's really lacking. Level 6. Okay, so he has hit the level 6 now, which is something, but again, we just haven't seen anything from him on this Earth Spirit the whole game. Actually, he did that one cool kick to the bot lane. He did do a big kick at bottom lane. I'll let him go for that one. Alright, he's off the chain. So Darkseid does have the blink, has the blink in his quick buy.
Sitting about 1,200 gold away, 1,300 gold, but he's nowhere near at the moment. But they really need that for their team fight potential. And up until that point, I think Pain are just going to carry on taking over the map, possibly looking at a Roche soon for themselves.
So is that the comeback condition for Newbee then? Find that Blink Dagger and find the big team fight initiation and try and just take Pain in a big, like, maybe 5-on-4 fight? Yeah,
they need to make sure their Lifestealer gets some farm as well. Newbee are doing a good job of making sure that they don't let themselves get picked off by this high pick-off potential lineup, so they have to just make sure they punish them for this, though. Try and get kills in return, which is like what you saw on Weeha before.
Oh, we did actually see Wee going down there. In that middle lane, just getting caught out once again. I think that was just a Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight, and Wee just not being careful enough, but did fall very, very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that, and this is really good for Newbee if they can get this tier 1 down here, because they need to try and shut out some of the map control that Pain have got so far. Pain just not really doing a good job, it feels like, of keeping up the pressure. They're farming really well on the heroes, though, which is something. They're doing a good job of keeping up the efficiency with their strong 3 cores. And if you look in the bot lane, Nature's Prophet's actually taking something in return here, it feels like.
Wow, that's a lot of damage onto
the TP got cancelled, I think, in the mid lane.
So yeah, maybe a Lucent Beam, I'm not quite sure. We'll brought that down, but...
Yeah, Sanking has the Blink stun as well, so he might look to carry on going. Okay, no, they do back off for now.
Yeah, he's going to back off, he's going to play it safe. Yeah. It's very unusual for Tavo, but there you go.
And I love this play by Pain. They see the whole of Newbee.
They back out.
Yeah, they see the whole of Newbee going towards the bot lane, they're like, well, we can just go into the Roche pit now.
This was spotted, because they do have this Radiant Ward here, so...
Yeah. And they do have that creep with the Iron Shell that can be a bit annoying.
Yeah, but I'm fairly sure Pain don't even care. Like, they're just like, okay, we're doing Roche, come at us.
Newbee just aren't in a position to have to be here quick enough because they all walk to the bottom.
Burrow strike onto the Earth Spirit, and then a quick blink out from King RD, even up with the ice coming through on him. And Dustin just gets blown up, but there's the Eclipse onto KP. He could be in real trouble. Does get the nice back wall off, but not before he goes down Laguna just to finish the job. Tavo could be in trouble. He is alone here, and he gets taken out by the rest of Newbee, looping around the back. But the main side of Pain do survive, and well, they lose 2 heroes for it, you know.
I think Pain are going to be absolutely fine with that. Good Newbee that they managed the 2 pickoffs. That AA blast really big, getting into the pit there and hitting 4 people, I think it did in the end. But so great by Newbee, but this Aegis on the Luna is such a big deal because it means Pain can just group up now, and they can kind of get both the tier 2s that are left on the map. And I feel like they can just keep Newbee in their base and make them so scared to go anywhere on the map, because the presence of Pain now in this game is going to be humongous. They can just, it feels like they're so strong and they can just walk wherever they want. Yeah, the Lifestealer does have the relic now as well, but Pain, if you look at HFN, he's gone for the same build that we talked about last game on his what Mugi did. He's gone for the Asher, and then he goes straight into the BKB because he understands they're strong at the moment, and he understands how important it is that he has that BKB. The Asher's a good farming item, but the BKB is so important against the DK, the Earth Spirit, the Vac Wall, even the Lifestealer as well when he gets this Radiance online.
Yeah, and how similar is it to the Sange anyway? Like, gives you strength, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Gives you a bit of damage, and you know, other than the full benefits of the Sange and Yashi, you don't really miss out that much by going straight into the BKB.
Yeah, with SMY being a bit more expensive now as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he'll probably go for the Manta this game instead of the SMY anyway, though. Really good against the open wounds and good against the silence of the Earth Spirit. Gives him 2 ways of dealing with that. I'm not so reliant on the BKB then, and doesn't have to pop it if he gets gone on and trying to get picked off.
Top tower is under attack.
Well, they still don't have this blink available on KP as it happens, and looking for a bit more farm onto their Dragon Knight, who is going to find a BKB relatively soon. Will it be before the Pain are knocking at their base? I'm not too sure.
The problem is Newbee just don't do any damage at the moment. Like, Lifestealer is so reliant on this Radiance, and it's not here yet. And DK's got this blink BKB, but he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, you can blink in, stun, and, well, your right click's just not that threatening.
Newbee just sits on this high ground. She just doesn't care. And DK actually just popped the ult, and Pain are running away.
Yeah, SACC wanted to go in for the blink stun.
Really unfortunate.
They'll scan and see that they're fake backing here, actually, so they know not to go any further forward.
Yeah, they're just chilling out here for now. There's no reason for Pain to let up the pressure. They can just sit here, be very patient.
They have a lot of pings.
Yeah, they have the BKB on the Luna, and she is going for the SMY. They prefers the strength, prefers the survivability for now. Okay, they're backing out. Tavo actually TPs to the bot lane. There is a DD in the bot area as well. I wonder if anybody from Pain can scout that out. To see.
Yeah, maybe have the vision on it. She's sending Kaka all the way out, I think, just to grab this DD. I'm not too sure.
Possibly. I think they'd like to give it to the DK or the Lifestealer, so they can farm a bit quicker, but there might be some pick-off potential here in the bot lane for Tavo. Because this Lifestealer,
looks like you're right.
Yeah, the DK does have the blink, and with this DD, I think they do have enough damage now.
Yeah. Well, It's going to be a lot to initiate onto Pain here, though, because they're pretty close up together. I mean,
yeah, you see the AL fly bot as well. They tried to get Tavo, but he does TP out. He's gone. He has a BKB of his own now as well.
Yeah,
and they're going to be so they're going to be so strong in these mid-game pushes now with these BKBs. Has Lina got hers as well?
Luna?
No, Lina.
Lina?
Yeah, she does, and it's just ridiculous. I don't know how Newbee ever deal the damage anymore. Their right click is non-existent.
It's looking like a grim situation for Newbee in a game which they really can't afford to lose.
Yep.
And now this middle lane tower just going to be completely shredded apart. And Pain, they're just taking the time. They don't want to overextend. You know, they've still got another minute on this Aegis. This might be go time.
I love how they go to the bot lane as well. Newbee are all sitting in the top lane ready to go.
Yeah.
Our tier 3's going to fall
half
now.
health tier 3 tower. Don't mind if we do.
Yeah, and they're waddling over, but is it going to be too late?
Well, it's definitely too late for the tower, as Mookie takes a bit of harass here. Still has that rage available. Has found his Radiance.
And this is the Lunar effect.
And now jumping in, but gets the BKB off for time on HFN and just turning around doing so much damage. The Epicenter coming through. They'll able to take out Karkar, no problems at all. SCCC trying to get back to base, realizing that this fight is perhaps not going to be so good.
Oh, the Yules!
That means the Eclipse doesn't do a whole lot, but now KP comes back down and gets destroyed before he can get any of his spells off. The open wounds is out onto HFN. He is dropping low, but he's still got his ace available. Will be coming back to life shortly as Mookie and SCCC just trying to do a bit of damage from the side, but they're stunned up. HCCC, he can't die here. He's got another hero inside him. He's got no buyback available. Mookie in a lot of trouble as well. He's not going to live. We gets a triple kill, and all of a sudden, Pain looking in such a good situation here. Just a 2-0 Newbee. Another pair of racks is looking very, very tasty for HMN and his spinning blades of doom as they rip through the Radiant base. My god, this game's going worse for Newbee. It's Brexit's going to my country. Jesus, it's just dropping. Can they defend Megas?
No, this is the Lunar effect. You win one fight and all of a sudden their whole rack is gone.
It's called. Pain are going to take it 2-0 over Newbee. Who could have thought it? And that's still jumping from KP as he just celebrates their loss. Oh my word.
Fantastic games from Pain there. They've completely just shocked everybody there. Both teams going 0-2.